A gentle reminder, my dear delegates, we only have 4 slots in our factory tour by this afternoon. You may now, if you would like to join us, please, you may now sign in our registration area. Please, thank you.
The most common natural resource, yet the most vital element to supply invested, a source of power for industry, and flourishing as continuous development. Dedicated to air compression for decades, has been providing perfect domestic and gas solution, purification equipment, and control system for all demanding applications around the world. Turning back the pages, our history has started in Vicenza, Italy in 1968, with our business partner Medicom SRL was founded. In 2003, Hong Kong Europe joint venture company Medicom Compressor started saying, we work out here, reliable energy efficiency after decades of research and development, quality assurance, and satisfaction to customers' needs. Today, we not only supply you with the best of products in the market, but also provide a total solution to your needs. What makes Medicom an outstanding brand is the continuous breakthrough and innovation. Every year, we invest a great lot of resources for research and development and product weight, and have accumulated a total of more than 15 patents. Through a close cooperation with our European partners, Medicom SRL in Italy, and Willicon Vertichapter Gamma in Germany, who are benchmarking companies in the market to ensure our product quality is unrivaled in the marketplace. We understand clearly the application of our customers and listening carefully to our customers' needs. With this good foundation, we're proud to say that in oil-injected screw compressor field, we have full range of workplace full feature model, intelligent variable frequency drive model, electric and diesel engine driven model, low pressure screw model, rotating heat recovery model, and compressed air treatment system equipment. And in the oil-free application field, we have developed oil-free rotary screw, ETC oil-free screw model, dry screw oil-free single-stage, two-stage model, as well as high-pressure piston oil-free model. In special application field, we have developed biogas screw compressor, TVM application screw compressor, explosion-proof screw compressor, containerized air compressor system, natural gas piston compressor, and distillation, purification equipment, and other product lines. All of these products have built trust and confidence with numerous customers by their excellent performance in durability, reliability, energy efficiency, and they have also gained proven records in machinery industry, power industry, mining industry, military industry, food industry, pharmaceutical industry, laboratories, electronics industry, PET blowing industry, textile industry, bioengineering industry, petrochemical industry, air separation industry, new energy industry, and many others. For technological upgrading projects with the state upgrade kit, fuel upgrade kit, and oil-free converter, we have numerous local and overseas customers to enhance their operational energy efficiency and cut down their operating costs satisfactorily. The spirit of the teams and striving for perfection is always coherent in our entire product development and production process. Telecom has a set of strict quality control systems, and the main components are all imported from Europe. Strictly implement ISO 9001 quality management system and ISO 14001 environment system. Only these without also completely without restriction. Our primitive mission is to comply with.
Hello and good morning. Champusan Banham Day now. Hello, delegates. This is our second day of ASEAN Food and Beverages Summit. On our agenda today, we have a presentation from the Vietnam Packaging Association, VinPass, Sunrise Vino, and HP Indigo. After this, we have organized a visit to Ringier. Before we start, a gentle reminder, my dear delegates, to put your cell phone on a silent mode, to wear your badges during the conference and for our lunch. Please make sure you have your meal ticket. May we also remind you to join our WhatsApp group behind your back also. You can also join in our conversation. Only those who complete the forms also to join the lucky draw later. And who knows, you may be a guest of free gifts. Okay, my dear delegates, now without further ado, let's begin with our presentation. To speak on market prospects and regulatory framework in the packaging industry, may we call Ms. Patty Hoa Lim, member of the Science and Technology Committee, the Vietnam Packaging Association, VinPack. Please welcome and please give a round of applause.
Okay, you stay. Stay here. Okay.
now.
So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Phan Thị Hoa Linh, and I'm from the Vietnam Packaging Association. We call it VinPass. So thank you, Ringier, for organizing this wonderful event, so that I can meet you all, the people behind the stage of the food and beverage industry. It's reminding regarding food and beverage industry. I have a great memory that I want to share with you. Is anybody in the room right now is from the Coca-Cola company? Please raise your hands. Okay, because I want to share my respect to your work because it is the one product that I have kept it from 2080. And as a note, I'm not a cold drink, but I was received it as a gift. And because of the wonderful packaging around it, I keep it until now. So it's the Coke special edition for, I think, SEA Games on the sport event from 2018. I want to share this because you know a branch has 100 contact points to reach to the end customer, right? But we are proud to be take part in the packaging. Packaging is the only point that the customer will always interact before consumptions or use the food inside, right? And because of that reason, I think that on behalf of VinPass, I want to cherish the long relationship between the food and beverage industry and the packaging industry. We have a really, I think, not only partnership, but a friendship. So thank you for always supporting us. So for today, I want to share some information about the packaging industry in Vietnam, so that you can have a better understanding. And I hope that can smooth the way how we cooperate together. Next slide, please. Yes. First one, I want to start with the social economic development. And as you may know, due to World Bank, Vietnam economy experienced a rebound very strongly in 2022, with the growth reaching 8.5%. In comparison, like for, in 2021, we had only 2.6. So 8.0 in comparison with 2.6 in 2021. And we have this rebound because we have a raise in domestic private consumptions following COVID-19 pandemic. We have also a very solid export experience, many export-oriented manufacturing. However, our packaging enterprises, the Vietnamese packaging enterprises, still face many big challenges regarding the inland and domestic and global situations. Because, for example, the Vietnam's major export market, the US, China, or the European zone grow are weaker than expected. And the potential of higher inflations will affect domestic demand, and the GDP growth due to World Bank is expected to slow down in 2023. I think they expected that it's slow down to 6.3%. And you know that the world still had many risks in the near and medium term. So that's this economic situations we think for sure will affect our packaging industry in the near future. Okay. About raw material, the supply. Actually, the Vietnam's packaging industry depend highly on imported material sources. That is the fact. Due to business war, the Vietnam plastic packaging, for example, reaching 11.69 billion US dollar. Among them, PET, ABS, and P plastic raw material imports have increased significantly. And because of that, enterprises or company that packaging enterprises or company that one can actively source their raw materials, or two, have a large inventory of materials, or three, have a good management raw material management system, will have a big advantage in this global play and also domestic play. The good news is many raw material production and supplies enterprises have been invested or receive additional investment to upgrade their capacity. Like, for example, we have a statistic from the Vietnam Pulp and Paper Associations, VPPA, and global packaging. That is by the end of 2020. And the beginning of 2021, there are 8 industrial packaging paper factories was put into operation with a total design capacity of about 1.4 million tons per year. So that is a big news. Regarding plastic material, SCG Group Thailand invested in building a new a petrochemical complex in Vũng Tàu, Vietnam, with an investment of 5.16 billion US dollar. And the progress is 97% finished. And yeah, according to Petro Vietnam. And as well, the Tetra Pak company is a big company, you all know it. They had invested an additional 5 million euros in there. I think overall they have to 120 million euro in their factory here in Vietnam, and they invest more 5 million in their paper box factory in Bình Dương. With this situation of the packaging market, we hope that the hit of the raw materials demands from like outsourcing will reduce in the near future. Okay, about the structure of the industry. Packaging is something special. In Vietnam, packaging enterprises are mainly small and medium sizes, and even micro, very, very small one, enterprises. Besides that, many FDI enterprises have also increased in the recent years. In comparison to poor Vietnamese enterprises, of course, these FDI enterprises have a big advantage in terms of capital, technologies, management capacity, and relationship with global and domestic partners. This is we've been passing is a challenge, and as well as a great motivation for Vietnamese packaging enterprises, domestic enterprises, to improve themselves in order to maintain their foothold in the market. So actually, we see this as a great motivation, is an advantage for us right now. In the plastic packaging, we see that not only SCG Thailand, Tetra Pak, but Nestle have also invested in Vietnam in the last year. And this showed us they are confident in the market. So thanks for that. Yeah, this is the packaging industry overview. It's not just our converter but also from the supply side and the demand side. And the good news is that the Vietnamese packaging is technically focused on investment and is slowly approach the world trends. So one of the big advantage of emerging or receive investment from the outside is that the Vietnamese packaging industry is that the foreign invested company bring with them the new technologies and the new knowledge to create a very competitive environment. And that is the plastic packaging FDP packaging company that came to us and invest and that push our industry move forward very quickly. So about the machinery and equipment. Can you move a slide? Yeah. So we have statistics that we received from the publishing organizations in Vietnam, and these are the number of industry printers that are imported in 2020 to 2022. And you see here we have offset, flexo, bravo, and letterpress machines. Estimate that from 2020 to 2022, Vietnam import nearly 800 offset printing machines, 1,200 flexo printer, and more than 300 gravure printer, and more than 200 letterpress printer. What does it mean? It means that Vietnam's packaging industry is technically invested and is approaching the world's trends or the world's level right now. In addition to that, in addition to traditional printing, in the digital printing sector is also developing outstandingly. According to our numbers, there are currently more than 450 digital printing devices in operation serving our packaging printing industry. And from different large and small machines. And at the same time, the film making machine is also invested. According to also our informations, there are more than 55 film forming machines equipment such as low film machines or extruder or EOP film forming machine from big brands such as Ringier, Reifenhäuser, Collins, Bricker, and Machi. So there are enterprises that's all a lot of high-tech film making machines. It shows that VinFast have seen many optimistic signal about machinery and equipment to have Vietnam packaging industry to grow and to meet the demands of the food and beverage industry. Okay, here is the percentage of the printing machines that I saw in the slide before. Okay. Yeah, I come to a very side of labor force, workforce. We estimate to invest about 2,500 new machines from 2020 to 22 years, to 2020 to 2022. But according to the data that we received from the university, from the training nest to train engineers for the industry, Can you guess how many engineers we get every year to serve that, to operate that machine? Can you guess? Could that be 1,000 engineer per year? Who agree with us? Please raise your hands. 500. Because we invested, we bought 2,500 machine, and for each machine, I think we need minimum 10 person, 10 operator for that, right? Can that be 500 engineer per year? Yeah, less, okay. So the number that we have is that the numbers of graduates from our training system is 408 engineers for the past 5 years. Yes, 5 years. You get that right, 5 years. So this means that's an average of 81 graduates per year for the industry. This means that we will see that it's really struggling to recruit special personnel at the entire level, as a very foundation level of the business. Yeah. And this is a problem for many years for the whole industry. And I think the same problem, the same issues, the same problem is around the industry globally, not only Vietnam, but in Vietnam right now, there's one big problem. And the solution for that, can you guess? How could we how would we solve that problem? I'm done. Import. Okay, that is a great idea. Yeah. It seems that every business, every enterprises have to make efforts to save themselves. Yeah. Yeah, that's the situations at the grassroots level, very foundation level of specialized human resources. We know that the higher you go, the narrower the pyramid of the human resource. And so the lack of senior management or leader or even training personnel is the story that every business, every packaging business in Vietnam right now have to encounter. Many business, like Antoine said, have tried their best to invite experts and even management from the outside to when the problem arises. But sometimes there is another issues from the situations as well, such as the recent COVID pandemic. You all experienced that when the border gates of another country are also closed. So bring expert and management people from another country was not easy. Because we talked to many enterprises, packaging enterprises, and they said that yeah, we invite like experts from Germany, experts from China, from Indian, from Japan to come and train our people and also help us with the business. On even the leader, we recruit them from another country, but they could not come because the border gates was closed. So please think about how to have to solve that problem in the packaging industry. And we think that it's the thing that we each enterprises have to push ourselves a little bit to solve the problem first for our benefit. So with that, is that the laws and regulations? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, regard the laws and regulations. I think you can expect that because this is a tightening in the packaging regulations globally all around the world, not just Vietnam. And Vietnam has issues and environmental protection law that takes effect from 2022, and all as well the extended producer responsibility, also known as the producer joy responsibility. Regarding to the world situations, we see that there are policies related to packaging of many countries around the world. Sustainability is not only the duty, but also the requirements from the society. So that's the trends. Okay. And about the sustainability situations right now in Vietnam, I think the food and beverage industry are very interested in standing in the group of developing countries, but according to PMA, Vietnam is particularly active exceptions in recycling. Like you can see the statistic from the Plastic Management Index. You can the red circle oval at Vietnam. So you can see that's an overall score. Vietnam is above the average and like behind China and above Thailand. Yeah. In the field of governance, in the field of government and policy, we are relative complete, means that we have like complete raw laws and regulations to interact with sustainability. And in the term of systematic capacity, Vietnam is under average because we are a developing country. So with that, we are under. And with the last criterion about a stakeholder or engagement, Vietnam is above the average and is even above United States. It's a very interesting issues. Observing the recycling situations in Vietnam, we in past realized that many businesses have oriented to follow this trend in a very methodically and professional manner. Like, for example, Return Plastic Recycling Company has invested in building a bottle-to-bottle recycling factory in Long An, Vietnam. And this factory has been put in operation, and they produce plastic packaging that is meet the FDA standard of recycling plastic used for bottle-to-bottle food packaging. And as well in the field of paper packaging, the Dong Tien company is a poor Vietnamese company. It's currently the only company in Vietnam has recycled milk carton and paper cups since 2012, long time ago. And the biggest challenge now is the collection. It's not the capacity of the factory, but it's the biggest challenge is the collection of the paper cups after use. Because there is like PMI had indicated there is not yet an effective collection system in Vietnam or in Ho Chi Minh City right now. Currently, they are working with Tetra Pak and Pro Vietnam to develop the system and improve the efficiency of collection and recycling of this specialized paper. Okay, so the second mega trend that we consider to have and will influence the shaping of the packaging industry is digitalization, which e-commerce stand out. I think yesterday you heard a presentation from Mr. Tuan about e-commerce. and packaging connections. So, and within past also think that is the second mega trend after sustainability that we need to consider. And if I remember correctly, I think we have 70% of the population using the internet, using using the internet. And from the end of 2020 until October 2021, internet traffic in Vietnam increased by 30%. It's a very big number. Yeah. Yeah, and e-commerce, as you know, grows very fast after the pandemic, and so many existing packaging formats have to be updated or redesigned to fit these new trends. So I think that's one of the issues that you in the food and beverage industry will face or is trying to solve right now. That you have to be redesign or update the packaging that you are using right now. So for future, please think about packaging not only to protect products, support productivity, but also in like it's designed to fit also for the e-commerce, especially in the shipping area, not only for e-commerce like delivery inland, but you have to think about the shipping overland as well. So this is we think that shipping ready packaging will likely become a must for brands to manage the cost and as well attract more customers. Okay, I think I am a little bit over the time right now, so I will try to move it a little bit faster. So thanks to many advantages such as the increase in populations and also the increase in demand for food and beverage products, the packaging industry is one of the fastest growing sector in Vietnam market, with a growth rate of 12% per year due to business wear. And yeah, due to Fin research, the annual average rate of revenue growth is 10.1% in the packaging industry. And as you see on the left side, on the right side, it's the leading enterprises in the packaging industry. Yeah, the flexible packaging is one of the area that's grow very fast in food packaging industry, and is was not affected a lot during and after the pandemic. Due to business where Vietnam produced about 10 million tons of plastic product in 2021, up almost 25% year on year. And according to the Plastic of Vietnam, according to statistics of Vietnam Plastic Association, in the first 6 months of 2022, packaging plastic has the highest revenue, reaching $5.11 billion US, equivalent to 35% of total revenue by structure of plastic industry. Vietnam produced more than 1 million tons of packaging plastic, which mainly serves the food and non-alcoholic beverage processing industry due to business wear. So the growth of plastic packaging will depend on the growth of these two market segments. Means we outgrow will depends on the food and beverage industry. So for paper and carton packaging serve the needs of manufacturing and processing industry. And yeah, I got message from the organizer that said only 5 minutes to talk. So yeah, that's the situations on the paper packaging industry. For sure, you can. I think you will get the slide from the organizer as well. So last, I want to cherish the top 10 reputations packaging companies in the paper packaging industry in 2022 due to an internet research from Vietnam report. The 10 best company due to their research in the paper packaging industry. And these are the 10 best flexible packaging enterprises due to their report. So with that, before I end up my presentation, I want to introduce a little bit about our organizations. This is our name, Vietnam Packaging Associations. We call it VinPass. And our location is in Bình Tân District, Ho Chi Minh City. And you can, you are welcome to visit our website and also email us if any. Our activity is like organizing seminars, acting as a bridge between the customer and VinPass member, and also consulting, and also conduct foundation training courses, and organize packaging exhibitions, and sharing information around the packaging industry. So one point that I want to share with you and hope to have your support is that yearly we have a Vietnam Packaging Awards. So to cherish, to seek for and honor the excellent products and services in Vietnam packaging industry. And we are welcome you all in the food and beverage industry to support us, to share, to recommend to your partners, your friends to join this Vietnam's Packaging Awards. So these are a little bit contact information. You please move on the slide forward. The last one, yes. If you would like to have more concerns or question or contact or just say hello, please. This is our contact information, and yeah, we happy to be here today, and thank you for your attention, and thank you. My name is Ling Fan from VinPass.
Thank you, Ms. Lien. Do you have any questions, suggestions, and comments? Anybody? Yes, please. Introduce yourself and you may now ask a question.
So hello everyone, and I'm Jasmine. I'm from Beverage. And first of all, I want to thank Ms. Helen for such an informative information on the Vietnamese packaging market, as well as the trends right now. So I have a concern that recently I've done a research on the back-end and side guidelines for the e-commerce stores. So when searching the internet, I couldn't find much information on the guidelines for stores on Shopee Food, Lazada, or even Ticket. So they only have the general guidelines for the packaging. So when you talk about the Vietnamese company should redesign the design of the products to follow the trends of e-commerce. Right now, I haven't seen any the progress on that. So my question is that should VinPass cooperate with the VCOM, the Vietnamese Association of the E-commerce, to create a guidelines for all the e-commerce platforms so that the store could follow?
Okay.
Yeah. And could you share more information on that?
Okay.
Thank you.
So thank you for a very tough question. So I think that we can hear another question before, or you want? Okay. I think we have a very talented person and very experienced person in our room right now about e-commerce. Did you attend the seminar yesterday? And you?
Yes, actually, we are from the same organization.
Okay.
So that's the reason when we like done the research
Yeah.
for the presentation,
Yeah.
and I find the whole in depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are many guidelines
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
excise and
Yeah.
waste,
Yeah.
especially for the perishable goods
Mm.
like frozen foods or liquids. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think that's the gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, between like our ideas and the reality.
Yeah.
So my questions is more concerned on the governmental like level, like the BIMBAS.
Yeah.
So should BIMBAS
Yeah.
cooperate with other associations
Yeah.
to create that guidelines?
Yeah. So, as I said, as a tough question, because it's not this is not related to impasse, but also to the government, to the regulations and as well to the law as well. So this is a trend that we we expect to grow in the next year, and this is the things that we are doing right now. We are trying to solve right now. So this is correct that we've been past thinking or focusing on that part to cooperate with another association and with another institutes and also with the government to solve that problem. What I can say right now is that is already in progress, and I hope that we in past can share that progress to you very soon. So if you we not have a perfect solution right now to share with you all, but we are working on it, and if we reach a point that we can share with you, we will announce for sure in the industry. And on these occasions, I want to welcome you all, our partners in the food and beverage industry, that please cooperate with us to working with us to find like a reasonable solutions for Vietnam, because we see that it's a trend and we try to solve that problem, but without your support, I think this would be a long time and it's hard for us. And what I can say right now in this state is that we are working for that, and I'm for sure we will share if we reach a point. Thank you for the question.
Thank you, Ms. Eileen. Anybody from our sponsors?
There's a question.
Mr. Yang from Sunrise.
This is Mr. Yang from Sunrise Media.
Yeah.
Thanks for your presentations. And one question about the market structures that you said that it's Vietnam, the flex market is very big compared with Caribbean market. Flexo.
Flexo.
Flexo market is much bigger than Caribbean market.
You said about the machines that we bought in Las Vegas.
But your slide says that flex market is very big compared with Caribbean.
Just a moment. Can you open the slide number? It's about the machine. I think you
Machine or the market?
machine. Yes. It's the machine that the Vietnamese company had bought in the recent years. I think it's in the slide number 8. Could you please open the slide number 8 for me, please?
Not market.
Not the market. It's the machine. So actually, from the machines that we bought, we can have a sense of what is the packaging right now. Number 8, please. And thank you. Yeah. That is about the machine that is imported into Vietnam.
Machine numbers.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for paying so much attention. Thank you.
I guess that is our last question. Once again, Miss Han Thi Hualin.
So
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
From Vin Pass. Okay, my dear delegates, we're going to have a 5 minutes break. We will just fix some our technicals, and then you may now go for 5 minutes only. Thank you.
Can I step
No,
up, step down?
um, because you have to be here.
Recording.
You are on live stream on our platform. So when you talk, you have to be here. Your presentation here, you can see.
Can I go step down? No, no. Okay.
Because
Because I have
people
some
around the
samples.
world won't be able to see you.
Oh, okay.
You are on YouTube now.
Because I have samples to show that they are papers.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good English.
Thank you.
So I should be here
Let me-
and
yes.
explain. Okay.
Let me slide you.
Yes.
Okay, so
Thank you. So I should bring the sample here.
your microphone is here.
Samples.
You use your
Yeah,
laptop?
I have some sample to show the papers. Okay.
You always have to go back to the phone. So you can show here.
While we're having a break, please visit our company business partners booth, Dicey Group, Ever Polymer, Adicom Asia Pacific. Please visit our company business partners booth, Dicey Group, Ever Polymer, Adicom Asia Pacific.
You don't need a clicker. You just click your presentation. Here.
Just
If you want to
just
go
click.
back, this one, you go back. If you want to move forward,
Forward and back. Okay.
yes. So everything here will appear on the screen.
Okay.
So it's
So this is back and forward
yes.
and then okay.
This one and then this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Simple.
Okay.
Make it shorter. 10 minutes.
Very short.
My business card. I got my business card.
Em cầm cái bóp chị đây nha.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to make a few announcements before we start with our speaker. We will have two speakers continuously, the second and the third speaker, and then we'll have the raffle draw. For those of you who have their conference folder, you will see there a QR code for the feedback survey. You need to scan that and answer our feedback survey in order to qualify for the raffle prize. For those of you who don't have business card there, kindly get paper from here later and put your name so we can include you in the raffle draw. But say, for example, you won a prize, you have to show that you answered our survey. So please scan the survey form, and it's a quick survey. Another thing is that we will have our lunch at 11:45 because those who will join the factory tour will have to leave the hotel at 12:30. So for those who are not going to join the factory tour, you can take your time and enjoy the lunch. But for those who are joining us for the factory tour, we leave at 11:45 and make sure that we are at the lobby of the hotel for the 12:30 departure. Okay, thank you very much.
Hello and welcome back to our conference. Are you having good? Right? Okay. My dear guests, we would like to introduce to you our next presentation. Our presenter is uh, we will going to discuss this title about food and beverage packaging trends, upgrading to environment-friendly production. Here we are, our next presenter to talk about this. Please welcome Mr. Yang Jo Ho, the General Director and owner of Sunrise Vina, please give a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Xin chào everybody. I'm from Korea, Bakhang's country. This morning, I would like to introduce new technology for packaging. It's completely new technology for packaging. I know that you understand the global trend of the packaging, and so I would like to skip, but the plastic is very, very important for food packaging. As you know that plastic is very, very popular for a lot of the applications, automotives, airplanes, electronics, mobile phones, everywhere in our life. So, and then it's very, very important materials, but problem is that waste disposals is really big problems to our human life. When you go to beach, then you can see a lot of the waste disposal. When I go to factory, then I can see that a lot of the plastic waste disposals on the street. It's very dirty. Problem is that the plastic takes long time to become biodegradable, to become soils. There is a problem. It's very good materials, very high performance, but problem is that it's big problems for environment. Everyone knows that. Here you can see the list. It's top 12 mismanaged plastic waste countries. China is number one. The world number one is rankings for mismanaged plastic waste polluters, because China is a big country. But as you can see here that Vietnam is number 4 in the world. So it means that Vietnam is also managed for plastics. So a lot of the waste plastics in our life. If you see the global trend, you can see that here. Maybe it's a little bit difficult to see that small characters. You can see focus on the policy directions in the horizontal area. Is European, Korea, Japan, 3 countries is focusing on recycling, while China, USA focusing on more on biodegradations, because the China and the USA very big country, a lot of land, so they more focus on biodegradations. But Korea, Japan, Europe is very small land, so they more focus on recyclability. So depending on countries, their policy is different. So when the Vietnam makes the product and export to other countries, then the policy is different. So when you make the product and export to Europe, you should focus on recycle. When you produce product and export to USA, you should focus on more the biodegradability. So depending on the export countries, your product should be different. And the right side that Europe has the target 2030, they have the target, the waste is 55. Their target is 55. And Italy now is around 45% already achieved. And Germany and other countries following up. So Europe is now very tight controls. So that Europe is very strong regulations for this waste controls and then some atmospheres, recycle, biodegradations, very strong regulations by country. This is by company. This very famous company in Germany, Ringier, also has their own regulations by the company, their own regulations. They set up their own regulations by the product. So if any of the suppliers wants to sell to this company, they should meet these regulations. In England, Tesco is very big, like Eon Mart, something like that, E-Mart, very famous supermarket. Tesco also, they have their own labels. So that country also have their very strong regulations, and also that big company also their own regulations. So this is global trend. So globally, countries and companies, they have their own regulations. So everyone knows that now. Even Korea and Japan and USA, Europe. It's very famous campaign is 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, and recycles. It's a very famous campaign. And also this is key trend, global trend, is that now from plastic to biodegradable plastic, and ultimately and finally going to paper. So the final destination is going to paper. And plastic decompositions, now that is very complex, PP and PE, some they're complex, it's difficult to recycle, but now they want to have mono layers, PP, PE, something like that for easy recycle. And also now that petroleum based to natural based, This is global trend. It is very clear that everyone knows that from plastic is very commercial. Everyone knows that this plastic is very important, it's very high performance materials, but it's problems, it's contamination, it's problems. So how we can solve, how we can do in futures, that is our job. So a lot of the companies invested for futures. It's Tetra Pak, Nestle, a lot of the food companies wants to invest for futures. How they do for futures? Plastic is very, very important materials for food packagings, but recycles and environment protection is very, very important. Without environment protections, company cannot survive. So how can this is a sustainability? It's very important questions. So our company developed natural-based oxygen barrier coating materials. This is very, very important because food packagings without oxygen barriers, food is problems. Shelf life is very, very important for food. For example, that milk, Bina milk makes that milk and then distribute to supermarket, Ion Mart, and then put it store that maybe 1 month, and then consumer buys that in the home and put it in the refrigerator, maybe 7 days, and then if this is not protected well, oxygen barrier is not good, then what happens? It's consumer, it's its problems. That's why you can see inside is aluminum foil protections because oxygen barriers. The problem is that this aluminum foil is not recyclable. It's not environment protections. So this is companies' dilemmas. Food companies protect its food, but cannot protect environment. This is dilemmas for the companies. So we developed water-based, natural-based oxygen barrier materials to protect food. So I think that as most of you know that this is Korea, Heppan. This you can put the oven and cooking maybe 2 minutes, and you can eat the rice easily. Yeah? So this looks like very simple, but it's very high technology in the film. Okay, and easy peel off, and then it's very high oxygen barrier properties, but very expensive film. And I just explained that this is inside aluminum foil, not recyclable. So this to have the oxygen barriers, food companies should have not recyclable materials so far. You can see here that there's a lot of the materials now, they are transparent depositions. It's clear depositions. It's very expensive. It's very good oxygen barrier property, but very expensive. Not many film manufacturing company have this technology. Mitsubishi Chemicals or some film manufacturing companies have this technology. It's very expensive. And vacuum metallizing, not recyclable. Aluminum foil, not recyclable. And EVOH, PVDC, this technology is a little bit hazardous to human body, containing some halogen. So far this food packaging has high price, not recyclable, some environment problems, safety problems. So that's why we develop natural-based, water-based, oxygen barrier, gas barrier materials for food packagings from nature. So for example, that this HEPA using the EVOH materials, and as you can see this slide that this EVOH applications, there is two size addition. But if you use that our materials, oxygen barriers from nature base, you only use that one side. So you can reduce one side addition. So you can reduce cost and also you can reduce some contaminations. So our company is from Korea, Sunrise Chemical. As you can see here, that our company logo, we have the three colors. Yellow means that it's kind of the harmony and peace, teamwork, something like that. And red colors is like passion, energy, activity, something like that. And green, as you can see, as you can imagine, that is green product. So we focus on green product, environment friendly product. So Korea, we produce varnish product, mostly environment friendly product. We are market leader in Korea, and based on Korean technology, we set up factory in Vietnam, Binjang, 2008, 5 or 6 years ago. So we also have that same product here, so that we want to introduce that is green products in Vietnam. Our company, nice picture. It's very small, but it's a 1 hectare. But it's nice square. This is nice design. Again, that our product, oxygen barrier materials, is water-based, natural-based, or FDA food contact No problem. Or the certificates from Europe. So now in Korea, this coffee, in the test that this coffee company, the packaging is very complicated to protect aroma, and there's some coffee and oxygen property. It's very complicated, many layers, but now they have only PET, and film and water-based water resistance coating and oxygen barrier coating. That's it. It's a very simple structures. And they can save cost, it's simple, and they're more environment friendly. Same. So the customers is very happy. They can save cost and more environment. It's image, company image. Same. Also, this is another coffee company. It's import. So also they are selling that this coffee to the market. So they are concerned about the shelf life. So they have the oxygen barriers coating. So the oxygen barrier coatings can be applied as many applications for food. For if that maybe Tetra Pak also. Tetra Pak also, that as you can see, then paper, and at the last surface, then they are using that polyethylene film to protect. But if they can use that oxygen barrier coatings, then no need to have the PE layers at last. So they don't need concern about recycled. Also, that in Vietnam, that the number one export countries for food is like shrimp. So a lot of the food export. So maybe during the export to other countries, that if you are concerned about some barriers, aroma or oxygen barriers property, maybe you can consider this instead of the plastics, because the plastic is not allowed to export to Europe, especially. About 1 month ago, there was exhibition, big exhibitions in Germany, Interpack. We had number one award, the biggest award at Interpack. So now we just developed these materials. So we want to expand the applications one by one. In addition to these oxygen barriers materials, we have a lot of the varnish from general water-based coating and oxygen barrier, MVTR, water protection coating, and heat shield
water repellent, and soft touch velvet coatings, and biodegradable coatings, and also UV coatings. It's many. For examples, Haribo, heat seal coating, and different substrate. We also have the heat seal. And this one is we replace PE. Okay? Is PE is not recyclable, so we replace PE with the water-based coatings. So we have a lot of the varnish performance, functional varnish. So we also have the R&D in Vietnam. So if you have any requirement, then we will develop working with customers and Korean teams. We work with customers together. Okay. And anybody from granular ink makers today? No? Okay. So the last slide is for the granular ink, so I will skip. Okay. Anybody from Sequel? Yes. Okay. This is short. Okay, so we also have the water-based binders for granular applications, granular ink. Okay, so granular ink now is solvent-based and EA-MEK-based ink and ethanol-based ink. Now in Korea and Japan, now is water-based ink. Okay, so we are developing water-based binders for granular application for film. So if anybody interested in water-based binder, please call our colleagues. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for your attention. And then also thank you to organizer to give any chance.
Thank you, Mr. Young. We will take your questions later to Mr. Young. We will going to proceed now in our next presenter. Thank you, Mr. Young. Please give a round of applause.
Thank you very much.
And now, our next presenter will going to tackle the topic on labels. We have invited Miss Lee Win Q Trimo, who is the Customer Relationship Manager from HP Indigo in Vietnam. Please give a round of applause.
Just press this one forward. This one is forward, and then you.
Yep. Did I better stand outside a little bit? Hello everyone. My name is Mer from HB Indigo. Sorry.
Your microphone.
I'm sorry. I'm too confident. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mer. I'm doing customer relationship for HB Indigo in Vietnam since 2019. Yeah, it's almost 4 years with HB Indigo. So today, on behalf of my company, I would like to introduce you about the digital printing technology for packaging generally, as well as for food and beverage packaging. Talking about printing, actually, I'm asking the Ringier team who will be the audience of the event. Because normally our audience is the printing service provider who buy our machine and print. Yeah, and then they tell me the audience will be diversity from brand owners to PSP, it's mean printing service provider. And then I said, okay, it's a good value chain. I can talk to everyone. Yeah, because the basic value chain in the industry is from brand owners to the BSP, right? And to the consumer. Yeah, the relationship is very bonding. Yeah, so in terms of sustainable printing, I will just show you the sample on my hand. Yeah, you see our sample package for flexible packaging sustainability. Yeah, even the outside this bag, the mention is recycle bag. And thanks to the presentation of Mr. Yang, yeah, and Lim this morning, I think we have many things about the sustainability. So I will just contribute the part mostly in printing. Yeah. So my name is quite special in Vietnam, a long name. Easily you just call me Mơ. I have been 13 years plus in the printing and packaging in Vietnam, especially in marketing and sales. Yeah, so just today on behalf of my team, I will talk many things about technology, technical. If you have any question, feel free to let me know. What I can answer, I will answer. If I cannot, I will take a note and answer you later. So talking about trends in packaging market, we see five major trends. First one is the rise of small brands, and then e-commerce, personalization, agility, and fast time to market. And the last but not least is the sustainability. So why we're talking about small brands? Because recently we see the significant increasing of the new brands in the market. So by the statistic, they say that 17% of small brands now grow in revenues. Why the large brand lost 1.2% of market share, equal to 11.2 billion US dollar. So we see the trend that the consumer now is shift towards those smaller manufacturers and private label products in something that we need to documenting for several years, and we saw the trend accelerating during the COVID-19 pandemic, right? So how we can address this trend will come in next slide. Then in the bigger picture, we all see that the world is moving from the linear economy to circular economy. Yeah, yesterday we were talking about sustainability, but it's a big movement from the linear economy to the circular economy. So we are moving from take, make, and dispose linear model to the make, use, and return cradle to cradle circular model. So what drive our trends and what drive the manufacturer trends in our production, in the way we do business? It's about we have some relocation drivers. Talking about relocation drivers, I just show in the big pictures. You will see the roadmap from now up to 2029 or 2030. Because what? Because I think the major governments and brands, we are aiming to 2030 with sustainability goals. Yeah, just make it short from HB Indigo. Our strategy aligns with regulation goals around the world. Just an example, you see here the I'm not so sure. Okay, for the MOAH, mineral oil aromatic hydrocarbon. In Europe now, just beginning of this year, we get many questions from our customer who use our machines and our ink. They asking, hey, you have any document to show that your ink align with the MOAH regulation of France? Yeah, so then we check back with our team from the headwater, from the R&D, and then they send us the certification that we are aligned with that regulation. So one of our activity initiative that HB also be a member of SafeFlex, one of the how to say like the Pro Vietnam in Vietnam. It's also the initiative of collaboration of many packaging and other stakeholders in the industry, especially for flexible and packaging segment. Then come to labels, we also be in cooperation with EPPP, APR, those association or initiative, they focus on application for labels in terms of sustainability. Okay, we zoom in a little bit into Vietnam. What is the regulation drivers here? As mentioned before by Link, the Law of Environmental Protection 2020 not really come in place beginning of last year, but have some amendment more strengthened in terms of law. Yeah. So they say that when they apply the EPR policy into the country, yeah, Lynn talked about it very clear. I don't need to repeat again, but we see that action together with on local enabler. Maybe more, I don't know. I only know the Pro Vietnam. Yeah, if you know, you can tell me more. But together with those mutual effort from a worldwide scale and the local scale, we do believe that the sustainable packaging market in Vietnam has strong growth potential in the future, thanks to new legal regulation on environmental protection from our government, as well as the big commitments from on the famous brands. Now we're talking about brands and sustainability. So we see that the sustainability is not a brand concern. Like yesterday to today, we're talking about materials, recycle, yeah, environment. But it's from different stakeholders in the whole market. It's a cross-party concern. It's a concern of brands, a concern of consumer, converters, and government. So it's just a picture showing the big brands, how they care, how is their goals for sustainability. We can see here we have Nestle, Tesco, and B&G, and I also see that the B&G in Vietnam, they are very active. I see on the newspaper they have some size of agreement with our government, with other association in terms of increasing the sustainability goal. The last one is important, the consumer. Yeah, everyone talking about Gen Z, how they use TikTok, how they use other platform to entertain, to sell, to start up, and we see they are really Gen Z. They change in the market because of their criteria in their lifestyle. They are more digital oriented. Innovation seeker, looking for variety, and they are looking for the uniqueness. Yeah, so they also focus on more. They want to buy the product that can represent for their value, their belief. Yeah, so ethical products and production is more appreciated by the Gen Z and also young generation. To come back to the converters, to our ordinary audience, the converter now they see that sustainability is a must. Yeah, it's not like just a compliment, it's just an incentive like before. It's a must for them to align with their end customer as a brands. With all this happen, brands expect more from their packaging and printing materials. With digital printing, yeah, on behalf of HB, but we not only we are not the only one in the market in the digital printing. We have other offers from other makers, but from perspective of digital printing, we think we can have to modify the packaging for all variety of needs, from high engagement with the customer, also cutting costs and time to the market, as well as putting the sustainability as one of our priorities. Yeah, before we go further, I want to share a video about our technology to make it easier for everyone when we're talking deeper into our technology.
As you turn the page of today and face the infinite demands of tomorrow, how will you distinguish your product, expand your enterprise, and forge your own path in the landscape of print? One thing is certain: the pages of tomorrow will be printed by HP Indigo technology. It all starts with 1 micron and unlimited potential. These encapsulated pigment particles form HP Indigo electrodes. Their unique structure makes them pigment agnostic, enabling you to print with the largest variety of colors and spot inks digital printing has ever seen. When you press print, a laser array composes your image as an invisible electrostatic field on a photo imaging plate. This operation provides a roadmap for electrically charged inks and has been scientifically engineered for razor-sharp accuracy, allowing each particle to be attracted to where it belongs and away from where it doesn't. The precisely placed ink is then transferred in direct contact onto a heated blanket, which melts the pigment-carrying particles into a smooth film. With every color separation, this thermal offset process is repeated, laying down a perfect tapestry of electrolyte until your image is fully developed. The blanket then applies a single layer of film to your media in one piece, already dry and custom tailored to match every contour on the surface of your substrate, from coat of paper to metallized to canvas. Because the electroinks have been transferred in direct contact at every step, the result is unmatched, and coverage and substrate have virtually no effect on quality, even at the highest speeds. This state-of-the-art print engine is built on the remarkably robust backwards-compatible infrastructure found in every HP Indigo press, offering you genuine digital flexibility capable of outputting thousands of jobs per day and propelling you into Industry 4.0 by providing real-time data analysis and optimizing press performance through HP Print OS, a cloud-based platform that simplifies and automates production. And you can put your mind at ease, knowing that all HP Indigo presses are engineered with the environment in mind to reduce waste, provide safe inks, and minimize your energy consumption. HP Indigo technology carries you into the next chapter of digital printing, one that isn't bound by gamma, coverage, substrate, or speed. One that gives you the agility to innovate more engaging products with endless variations of highest value jobs at any rate. From business cards and documents to photo books and publishing, to labels, folded cards, and flexible. In white and fluorescent, on black and metallic, on the shelves and in our homes, the products of tomorrow will be printed by HP Indigo technology.
Yeah, just a brief summary from the video. Yeah, we also want to mention that our machine is produced in a green way, yeah, with CO carbon neutralized, and also reduce energy, and also with our ink itself, yeah. So just making sure digital print reduce the environment impact. You can see here on the screen. First, we can reduce the unnecessary printing. It's important, right? Remember when you're asking for a printing order, people will tell you the meaning, the MOQ, right? too less cannot print. Normally, in the traditional world of printing technology, but with digital, you can print what you want when you need it. And also, we could optimize because the digital machine will take less energy to operate, less people to operate. Yeah, it's overall we can reduce more resources with digital technology, and also we can do some uh, saving in transportation costs. Yeah, it's aligned with everything. When we have lighter material, we have less packaging to be printed just on demand, so we can save a lot of things. And then talking about waste reduction in print production, and just show another more detail. Why it's matter because with digital printing, you don't need any blade, any cylinders. Yeah, imagine it's just like your office printer. You put the file in, and you get the printed out. And we're talking about just in-time printing because now we look in the bigger pictures for inventory optimization. Yeah, brands don't want to inventory too much packaging for unused and weight, and also change it in a marketing way. Maybe change it in the regulation. You need to change the package. Yeah, so how can you deal with the a lot of packaging in your inventory? So just in time printing is now coming more and more from the brands. Yep. So we just print what we need when we need, and here in example we compare digital printing with flexo and with gravure. We can say that with digital printing you can save to 40 up to 80% less environmental impact. Yes, then you can see more visual the benefits that digital printing can bring to you. You can print more job with shorter runs or multi SKUs. On my hands here an example with what we say personalized or multi SKU. It's during the COVID time, my company asking every employee to send their photos with their family, so the company can do the test print. We print on this one is a coffee pouch, yeah. And on my hand, three sample with different photo, different design. So I can put the photo here with my kids, yeah. And like we mentioned at the beginning, if on the product packaging has your image, have your name, will you throw it away easily? Yeah, it's a good point for communication and for making a memory with the customer. Then just repeat again, our machine is produced with the environment in mind. Yeah, so we also had the take back programs with our machines. Like you use our machine for 5 years and 10 years, we can take it back. Yeah, it depends on country by country, but in generally we can take it back and we do refurbish for the machine. Yeah, and then we can resell the machine again in the market. It have to not to only build a brand new machine, but you can reuse, refurbish the used machines. And our ink is sack and non-toxic ink, because talking about that, because for food and beverage packaging is more complicated with all the health protection regulation. And then our ink is safe for the consumer. For food packaging, is the indirect contact with food, so it's safe. We also get a certification from TUV Austria. Yesterday we have a TUV Vietnam here also. Then we also get the certification for our ink because if it compliance with the home industry compostable regulation in Europe. And our labels also is compatible with the PET bottle recycling. Now I want to share some success story with our customer, because our customer is the one who print. Yeah, but print is just small steps in the whole production line. Right? Our packaging is more complicated. Yeah. So we can do the sustainability together with our customer, and it's our great pleasure.
The whole idea started because we wanted to create a product that people would want to keep and reuse. And I had previously been working with artists and realized that there wasn't a platform for them to market themselves. So we had to create something that would showcase the artwork, hence the square water bottle. So to make the artwork really beautiful, we approached First Impressions, and they came up with a labeling product from every medicine called Clean Play. We then realized that this label was enabling true boxes of bottle recycling. And so it led us on the path of making the bottle more recyclable and environmentally friendly. That's why we approached First Impressions of HP to offer us a versatility when it comes to sustainability. So we have three HP compressors. The HP Indigo compressor is over high quality blends with the widest color capability. The machine is retrofitted with inline primers. This gives us the flexibility of using multiple subject needs. First impression labels in future ready.
Yeah, another success story is we call from farm to label. So our customer, they want to use the 100% recycle fiber material label. Yeah, talking about material. Yeah, yesterday have one questions from people we are networking. They asking, okay, recyclable, is it easy to print? Yeah, because we say that, especially with our digital printing technology, it's not every material can be printed. Yeah, but we trying our best to adapt to the demand of the market, and we do many tests with our media partner on material, so that our ink can work well with the provided materials. Another one is a workshop label. Yeah, so I think yesterday we have the number of workshop label. I don't want to repeat it again. Yeah, but we can print on it. And also we have the message here like sustainable and high-end labels are not mutually exclusive. We can do it. Yeah. And for the flexible packaging segment, we also can print from material from recyclable up to compostable. We collaborate with the leading chemical resin suppliers such as Dow, ASEAN, Nova, and also leading PE film manufacturer. So we do believe that just in collaboration, we can work together with the whole ecosystem to provide the best solution to our customer. Last but not least, I want to introduce a good story with Next Cafe. Yeah, we were talking about cafes yesterday and today, right? So Next Cafe, they do this campaign, very nice. They put the photo of the farmer in Mexico on the label for their coffee bottle sell in the supermarket. You know how many images they put on the labels? So they capture 1,000 images of 1,000 farmers and printed it on the label. Is it possible with graphic printing? Possible with textile? Yes, right? But it will cost a lot for plate and cylinder. So with digital, you don't cost you for that to print. So it make your life easier for brand, to easier for designer to be easier job. Yeah, so you see, all the labels here are different. 1,000 picture of 1,000 farmer share the story, how they rise, how they blend the coffee, how they collect it. Yeah, it's another meaning of sustainability. It's not about material. It's not about the printing. It's about how the farmer they love their job. It's about human connection. Yeah, and then you marketing from brands, you can tell the story via the packaging in a nice way. Yeah, so it's time to come to a conclusions. So we see that digital is the key solution to help increase consumer engagement, innovation, as well as sustainability. When I work with Ringier, they asked me for my brief introduction about myself. And one of the sentence I mentioned that I'm digital savvy, both for career and also for personal life. Because what? Because I see that digital bring me more convenient in personal life or career life. Like the photo you see of myself at the beginning, it's very easy. I ask my friend take a photo, and I put it on internet, use the cut out of AI, so they take out the background. Then I have a perfect profile photo instead of buying 2 million Vietnam dongs to a professional photographer. So it amazing to me, free of charge. Yeah. So just before free of charge, everything new need time to adoption. So our digital printer technology is more than 30 years um, uh, from the foundation in Israel. Yeah, and it's come to Vietnam 2009. Until now, we can see the change that the people more and more go to the digital printing. So we hope that we can contribute to that development of digital printing technology in the country. And in HB Indigo, we also do the brand engagement activity. So if anyone here from brands, from converters, you want to talk deeper with us in terms of any innovation related to printing technology, you just need to scan this barcode. It will link you to our website. I love digital and QR. Yeah. So link to our website. But from our website, you just leave a message from our website that you want to talk with any representative in Vietnam, and that will directly to my email, and we will come back to you very quickly. So thank you for today.
Thank you, Miss Tuima. Okay, we have our open forum, like what we did yesterday. Okay, if you have any questions, suggestions, or comments to their presentation, you may direct them to our speakers. This is also your chance to share your thoughts about of any topics for today.